Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. While we were in Yorkshire, this was only a day. I mean, this is the nature of this whole trip to the UK, that even a day contained at least two adventures of short funk-worthy description. While we were in Yorkshire, we travelled with my friend, who came and visited a couple of years ago, to a 1940s day event that was being held in the Yorkshirean countryside. We took a steam train to the location, which added an addition of like 1940s flair to the thing. The train had an ale car. Not being a drinker, I wasn't particularly interested in the ale car, but my friend had a beer, and my wife, I think, went and got some potato chips of some description to share amongst us as we travelled through the Yorkshirean countryside. Aside from greenhouses, which obviously I saw dotted along the way, the Yorkshirean countryside was really very interesting. My friend pointed out that it had been industrially scarred, that there were very little butterflies and general insect life. As we travelled along the tracks, we eventually arrived at a town that had a substantial population. It probably had in the order of 10,000 people walking through it, which for a Yorkshirean village is pretty impressive. The walls were kind of littered with people just sitting alongside the walls, and the pathways had just droves and droves of people. It was really quite overwhelming. Roughly a third of the people were in 1940s style clothing. In some areas, it moved up to about 60% of the people. It really depended where you wandered. And it was a village on a hill, which meant that you walked up to in our case, actually, we got a bus up to the top of the hill and then wandered down through the throngs of people, many of them dressed in somewhat questionable military garb. There were only 3 Nazi generals that were there. Apparently they'd had problems previously with Nazis just showing up. And these 3 guys were just, standing around taking photographs. But most of the folk that were there who were in military uniform were either pretending to be Americans or pretending to be British. And the interpretations of the various uniforms and these kind of things, you realise pretty early on that it was just a fun day about celebrating some aspect of the 1940s. There was a 1960s day, apparently, that this village also put on, but we were there for 1940s day, and it was really just a lovely day out. Lots of families, lots of kids, lots of dogs. It was just a really laid-back event with a lot of people eating hot dogs and stuff like that, and just enjoying the 1940s atmosphere. Well, basically the 1940s atmosphere was created by lots of people wearing 1940s clothes, but they also had various things in the, various shops and houses along the route, which indicated very strongly that this was the 1940s. We had to leave relatively quickly because we had an evening meal planned back in Leeds, so we probably spent about 2 hours total wandering through the town, but it gave an interesting introduction to our time in the UK, and it was really a memorable event. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.